Yeah. Does anybody go, like, all right, correct me if I'm wrong, but Randy Quaid is Dennis Quaid's brother, right?
Yeah.
Anybody gone to Dennis and be like, yo, what the hell is up with your wackadoo bro?
No,
like,
dude, he's still tight-lipped on it. People have been asking me. He's like, no comment.
Yeah. Well, I guess, it is family. You want to protect family. And also, like, by saying no comment consistently on it, that absolves you of a lot of the responsibility and a lot of sort of like, oh, that family. He's probably being smart about it by not leaping to his defense and not talking about it. Like if you tried to defend him. Like if you try and defend him and it's just like, oh, he's just he's just artistically expressing himself. And like, really? Was he artistically expressing himself when he put a Rupert Murdoch mask on his wife and boned her while a dog barked in the background? And then you're like, because if you leap to his defense and then he doubles down on crazy, then you just look like an idiot. So being tight-lipped about it, probably the best move for old Randy. What else is going on in the world?
The NFL Network fired Warren Sapp after he was arrested for soliciting a prostitute.
Yeah. How do you screw that up? Though in happy news for Warren Sapp, he's just been hired as the new head of Secret Service. Go on.
Nationwide says it wanted its Dead Kid Super Bowl ad to start a conversation.
Yeah, that Dead Kid Super Bowl ad. Apparently meant to start a conversation. That was the point of it. That's what Nationwide are saying. And, well, I think it did. I think it started lots of conversations. Lots of conversations about how people are switching to Geico. It was weird. It was creepy. It was, It was a bold move, one that was not appreciated by the vast majority of people. I think you got to look at the quality of the Super Bowl commercials and recognize that some of them are some of them are impressive. Some of them are brilliant. But if they are brilliant, they're brilliant in their simplicity. You know what the average Super Bowl watcher doesn't have while taking in Super Bowl commercials? Layers. The desire to dig for the deeper meaning. Like, it's very surfacey. You got to appeal to people at face value. And I think they went with something that was a scotch high concept, and people missed the point and were just offended by the dead kid, which, straight off the bat, a little insensitive. Go on.
With both houses of Congress under their control, Republicans are opposing President Obama just about every turn.
Yeah, that whole thing. When the last election came around and basically Republicans found out they ruled the world, they're like, in a spirit of cooperation, we will usher in a new age of nope. They have ushered in that, a new age of nope. Opposing Obama on absolutely every last thing is possible to oppose him on. It's got to the point where it's so bad they even disagreed when he said the Seahawks should have run Marshawn Lynch. If the sky is blue, they're going to say it's yellow. And people are digging themselves in even deeper. It's funny because I'm not an Obama fan by any stretch of the imagination. I view his presidency as swing and a miss. But there's some things that are going to get torn down before we're able to see whether or not they were worthwhile. Just not enough time. And I get the term limits thing. I do. I understand it. I understand why we got to do away with people after 2 terms. That said, when people try and affect some kind of change, it causes a certain amount of tumultuous uproar. And in 2008, we were a country in bad need of change. In a huge financial crisis, all sorts of awful happening. So, whether it was Obama or somebody else, someone was going to come in and try and affect some sort of change. Change in policy, change in laws, change in tax codes, change left, right, and center. Hope and change. Now, Hope and Change was Obama's platform, but really everyone was running on a platform of change because America was in kind of desperate need of it at the time. And no matter who got into office, there would have been a lot of clamoring for change. And there would have been a lot of action taken to direct us toward change. And no one, not Obama, nobody else who had been elected, I don't think anyone would have had the time to really make effective changes and see them through by the time their presidency ran out. It's a weird one. Definitely is. Term limits make sense, but it also... America's a ginormous supertanker. And to turn a ginormous supertanker around, it takes phenomenal amounts of time and energy. It's not like they can skid and turn on a dime. And when you have a change of leadership during the middle of that turn, well, that's where we tend to get a little off course. Does that make sense? I think it does. I don't have an answer. I don't have a solution. It's just an observation. Go on.
There's a woman who claims she hasn't smiled in 40 years. Did you see her picture? She's not. It looks like that works.
Well, I mean, how old is she? 50? I don't know. I thought she looked like she could be 50. But, like, you know, you really want to figure out whether not smiling works. Because she was like, I don't want wrinkles, so I don't smile.
She looks
even suppressed
miserable.
A smile. Yeah, she's like, I even suppressed a smile the day my daughter was born. She said this, and she was like, I'm vain. I don't want wrinkles. And, like, the picture of her, she looks 50. She looks good for 50. But, like, you really want to take stock of... how someone looks. You need to get all the megapixels. You have to see what's going on. My new phone has, like, I don't know, it's way more high def than it's way more high def than a camera needs to be. And it's way more high def than anyone's sense of security needs to be, because, like, occasionally when I switch the camera on and it's in front-facing mode, I catch a glimpse of myself in it. I'm like, holy freaking God, there's a troll in my phone, an actual troll. So, yeah, let me take a picture of this broad with my phone, and then we'll be the judge of whether not smiling worked.
On your radio like every day. I'm totally all-city champion from the north back to the south. And even your mama loves it when I open my mouth. And I love it when your mama opens her mouth too. You see what I did there? Yeah, it's kind of sort of just what I do. You'll be all like, what the hell? What did AD just say? I'm not sure if I'm offended or if he just made my day. A little insane in the brain, but I'm always entertaining. Remain in the game, I'm maintaining and gaining. My ratings soaring, my competition's boring. They play by the rules that I'm always ignoring. I'm raw. Loud, cause you know you love the sound when I rock the radio, 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 on the radio, your radio, your radio. My dear, I do not know you, but you know me very well, because you hear me every single day that you're alive. I'm the voice in your head, from the time that you wake up, to the car, to the bed, from the FM to the AM, to the XM, I get it done. Any day, every day, you can find me here at number one. Did I say that I'm number one? I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number one, bitch, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On your TV, on your radio, on your stereo, everywhere you go, there I am, you know, and you know, you can rely on me to be giving you what you need. I'm raw, I'll bring it to you straight hardcore, and I'll leave you want some more. So turn it up loud, cause you know you love the sound when I rock the radio, 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 on the radio, your radio, your radio. Cause you know you love the sound. Turn it up loud, cause you know you love the sound.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time.
I'm back! I'm back!
Randy Quaid is good for one thing. Entertaining radio. Hey, did you see this thing where Randy Quaid said Hillary Clinton revoked his passport? Did you catch that? Funkhouser?
No, I know he's on the run in Canada.
I am U.S. citizen Randy Quaid. Hillary Clinton, while Secretary of State, revoked my passport. preventing me, Randy Quaid, from identifying myself as a U.S. citizen. Then, when she launched her presidential bid recently, she quoted my famous line from the film Independence Day. I'm back! Well, Hillary, I am not back. I am just another one of your Secretary of State casualties. Do Americans really want an incompetent idiot for president? I am Randy Quaid, star of Independence Day, and Rupert Murdoch approves this message.
It's like, on the one hand, wildly entertaining. On the other hand, well, it goes back to that whole thing, why we refused to talk smack about Amanda Bynes on this show. And I'm not sure if this guy is eccentric or if it's just drugs or... Look, we've talked about this a number of times, but if you're at the grocery store, and someone's in a wheelchair and they are trying to reach something on a shelf and they can't reach to it, what are you going to do? You're going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, let me get out of your way. Oh, here, let me help you with that. You're going to fall all over yourself trying to make life easier for a person with a disability that's put them in a wheelchair. In that same grocery store, if someone comes up next to you, acting all Randy Quaid, someone comes up to you with a disability that is of the mind and not of the body, you will treat them like dirt. You will step away from them as quickly as possible, and you'll probably ridicule them on your way out. You might even ask staff to do something about it because they're bothering you. We treat people in this country with disabilities of the mind. I don't even know if disability is the right word, but people who are wired differently than us, whose brains don't fire using the same synapses as ours, we treat them like dirt. Well, we will extend absolutely every courtesy to somebody in a wheelchair. So, I don't know how I feel about the whole Randy Quaid thing. The I'm back stuff, I think we can get away with that. I don't think the moral fiber police are coming out on this.
We looked at this movie as
Oh, wrong piece of audio. I don't think the moral fiber police are coming after me for this.
I'm back!
Yeah. But before we judge anybody, not specifically Randy Quaid, I'm not talking about a celebrity, could be your next door neighbor, could be that person that comes up to you acting all Randy Quaid-esque in the grocery store. Remember, as you would with any other person, everybody is going through their own battle. Everybody is struggling with something that you have no knowledge of. Which is why you should always default to treating people with kindness. Except when they're the folks giving your kids the measles because they didn't want to get their kids vaccinated. Yeah, it's true. Vaccination rates, people are wondering, how is this possible? People are wondering, how is this possible? How do we have measles in this day and age? Isn't this something that, we dealt with along with polio back in the day? It's such an old-timey affliction. Measles? Really? Measles? Well, why are we being faced with what is arguably a third world problem in America? You can trace it back to elite neighborhoods, mostly in California. Vaccination rates in places like Santa Monica, beautiful, love Santa Monica, suburb of Los Angeles. It's like all the convenience of living around all the excitement of Los Angeles without having to deal with the awful. Is that a fair way of describing Santa Monica, Funkhouser?
Yeah.
It's sort of like, it's the convenience of living in or around Los Angeles without having to deal with everything about Los Angeles that is just awful. But yeah, neighborhoods like Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Marin County, San Francisco, vaccination rates in all of these places have fallen off drastically. Why? Well, do we blame Jenny McCarthy on this one, saying that vaccination causes autism? I don't know. But for whatever reason, People in these neighborhoods have taken it upon themselves to stop vaccinating